Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm Sherry from Live ABC Overseas Department. Today, it's a pleasure for me to be here to introduce our Live ABC new VR products. I think most of you had heard about how VR technology to be applied in various games, medical fields, or experiments, and so on. And nowadays, there are more and more demands of integrating VR into education and make the course more vivid and interesting. So Live AVC is also thinking about how we can use VR technology to enhance our language skills, especially for listening and speaking. So that's how the VR classroom is formed. Okay, let's move on next page. Before I introduce our VR learning product, it's important to know why VR in education is beneficial. I list 6 points for this. First, you can see here VR makes you feel better sense of place. You are no longer to be restricted by the words descriptions or book illustrations. You can explore the topics and see how things are put together in a stimulation environment. And second, VR helps you to you can scale your learning experience by understanding how things work based on the practical experiments. And the third, VR changes the way we are learning. You don't need to learn on the book. You just learn by doing rather than passively reading. Then we can, through VR, we also have visual learning and emotional reaction. This helps students to learn this helps students to have learned what they see and increase their memory when they are learned. And the last one is the VR can help students to develop creativity. Okay, so you can see this image. This is a research from the Technique Naval. It's a research institute. You can see due to the impact of COVID-19, it is estimated that VR market in education will grow by 6.4, about 6 billion US dollars from during 2020 to 2024. So VR is definitely a trend of education in the future. Okay, now I'm going to introduce our VR learning solution. So the product is called Live VR Classroom. We create 12 different real-life scenes in a 3D model at 1-to-1 scale. In each scene, students can make conversation with the NPC, which is called the non-player character, through the cloud-based speech recognition. Through the cloud-based speech recognition technology, you can get a score for each sentence when you speak. This can help students to improve their English speaking and the listening skills through more and more practice. So besides, to let students can practice more diverse sentences, we also develop a web-based backend system for teacher. So the teacher can customize some conversation practices for the students by themselves. Okay, next, let's move on to the structure of Live VR Classroom. In VR Classroom, we made 12 scenarios here, you can see. This is the scenarios, the 3D models made by our Live ABC animation department and R&D department. So we have 12 scenarios. We have airport, plaza, dental clinic, and restaurant, convenience store, home, gym. And here, home, classroom, supermarket, stationery store, and the library and the bakery. So let's back to the structure. So we have 12 scenarios, and each scenarios have 3 modes. One is story mode, and the second is vocabulary mode, and the last one is conversation mode. So I'll talk more detail about each mode later. And you can see we also have a backend system for teacher. So teacher can check the students' learning records in the backend system, and he or she can also create vocabulary and conversation missions. Okay, I'll also talk about the backend system at the end of my presentation. So, okay, so let me talk about the first modes. I'm going to introduce the three main practice modes in VR Classroom. First, let's talk about the story mode. Each scenario contains three different stories from easy to hard level. In the story, the system will guide the users to conduct dialogue to practice their speaking skills and do some interactive missions. And we adopt the speech recognition technology to identify the words you are pronouncing. So where you are speaking, the system analyzes and it will do the assessments so you can get a score directly. This is the story mode. And next, the second one is the vocabulary mode. The vocabulary mode helps you to recognize some common words through the VR scenes. There are two modes you can choose. One is the challenge mode and the other is practice mode. In practice mode, students can walk around and find and recognize 30 words in the scenes. And in challenge mode, students has to find the designated words from the system, from the mobile screen in the system within a limited time. So, and we also have made another option for the teacher. In the backend system, the teacher can switch the words that the students needed to found in the challenge mode. So it is very flexible. Okay, the third one is the conversation mode. In conversation mode, teachers need to set the scripts of the conversation first from the backend system. Teacher can also set criteria for passing the text. It means the teachers can set the scores if he or she want the students to pass the task. After all the settings are done, the conversation will be uploaded to the headset in time automatically. And the teacher can tell the students to choose one of the stages to start their practice speaking and listening. So let's move on to, okay. So you can see I have introduced all of the functions that we have in VR Classroom. So let me quickly show you the VR hardware equipment. You may want to know how it looks like. It looks like this. This is the headset of HTC Vive Focus. And you will have a headset and one controller or two. It depends on the model of the machine. So you only have to put on your headset, adjust the bandage here, and put on it like this. And just adjust it very strange, like this. So when you are entering the HTC homepage, you need to use your controller to find the VR Classroom application and enter to it. After you enter to the VR application, you don't need to use this controller anymore. You just use your headset because it has a spot in the headset. Later, I will show you a demo video. Then you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, so this is the specification of the Vive Focus. If you want to have more details, I can share the PowerPoints for you. Okay, next, let's take a look for the demo video I just recorded to see how the VR Classroom actually works. So let's see the videos. Now we're entering the VR headset. And you can see this is the home page. You can find the VR Classroom here. So we just click it. At the beginning, you will see the login page. So the student will have a serial number to log in. Through this login mechanism, the system will record all the results that you do, the exercise you do, in the VR classroom, and all the records will be saved to the backend, so the teachers can view the students' record if they want. Okay, now we are entering the VR classroom, so you can see there are 12 things surrounding me. We have a supermarket, convenience stores, and hall. Yeah, we have 12 things, as I mentioned before. And to show you one thing, let's show you a convenience store. And when you focus on the things, it will pop up 3 modes: story mode, vocabulary mode, and conversation. So first, story mode. The story mode has a total of 3 stories. From story 1 to story 3, the level is from easy to difficult. So the student can choose the story based on their English level. So let me show you story 1, easier one. Now we are entering the story mode, and there will be an instruction in front of you. So you just need to follow the instruction and you will know how to play in this story mode. First, welcome to VR experience area. You can look down at your phone and get tips. Now look at the phone to start. Okay, so the phone is on your left hand here. Just aim at start. And in front of you, you can see a talk button. You just aim at the talk button. You don't need to move your body. And the character will move by itself. Oh, and you can see there's a timer.
Hi, welcome. How may I help you?
Okay, and you can see there's a timer on the phone, right? This timer is to let you know how much time you spend to finish the whole story. Okay, so the clerk just speak to me, so I have to reply him. And you can see there's a sentence on your right side. There are 2 icons, a microphone and a speaker. If you don't know how to say the sentence, you just aim at the speakers.
Yes, I was wondering if you sell any instant noodles.
You can hear the teacher's voice. And after you hear the teacher's voice, you know how to say it. Then it's your turn now. You just aim at the microphone. Yes, I was wondering if you sell any instant noodles.
Yes, we do. They are located across from the seating area.
Thanks. Okay, so you can just follow the tips on your phone. Get instant noodles next to the sitting area. Let's follow the instruction here. It will be an interactive mission. So now you have to find a big noodle, right? Instant noodle. And there is a blue circle of the beef noodle. So you just choose this one. And you get a noodle. So you have to go back to talk to the clerk. After you finish the whole story, you will get a score. So my total score is 75.6. And if you want to know each sentence score, you just look on the right side. Next, let's go to the vocabulary mode. There are 2 modes here, challenge mode and practice mode. So first, let's go into the practice mode. In practice mode, there are a total of 30 common words, and you just need to move around and recognize all the words here. So let's get started. You can see there's a lot of inverted triangle on the ground. And if you want to move to the location of the triangle, you just aim at the triangle and it will take you to the place. And if you want to learn the words, just add
Odin
all the
hot
words.
pot. Odin hot pot.
Odin hot pot. If you want to hear again the pronunciation, just aim at the speaker.
Odin hot pot.
Okay?
Copy machine.
So let's look around and you can find, usually the common words will have a blue line circle the object.
Juice. Potato chips.
So you just
Potato
focus
chips.
on the object.
Potato chips.
And you can also see your screen has the words. Move on to the challenge mode. In challenge mode, you have to find 7 designated items in this area. So you also have a mission time in 3 minutes. Let's start now. You can see your phone screen, there are 7 words. So you need to find all these words in 3 minutes.
iPass scanner. Cash register.
If you find the words on the phone screen will turn green. So you can see that learning English can be more fun because we just mixing real in the VR classroom. In conversation mode, there are 5 stages. It means you can create 5 conversation. Teacher can design the dialogue that he or she wants student to practice. In the back end, teacher can choose the topic and themes, assign the role play, and set a score mechanism, and edit the dialogue. So let's show you the conversation mode. Okay, now I'm going to talk with the clerk. You have 5 chances of failure.
Welcome to Live Convenience Store. How may I help you?
So we just have to finish the conversation with the clerk. I want a pack of potato chips. Could you tell me where they are?
Potato chips are on the shelf behind you.
Okay, so if you don't know how to say the sentence, again, you just need to press speaker.
Oh, thank you. I also want an English magazine.
Oh, thank you. I also want an English magazine. Okay, so this is all of our demo video. I hope you have understands. After watching the video, you have more understand how the VR classroom works. So next, I'm going to move on. You can see here, I'm going to move on the backend system. So let me log in first. The backend system is called Live Campus. So I log in and find Live VR here. Okay, so you can see in the backend system, the function is very simple. The teachers can, this is the teacher's account, so only teachers can access to this backend system. So teachers can create vocabulary mission. First, here. Do you remember that we have the vocabulary mode and in challenge mode? So here, teacher can customize the words in the challenge mode. First, the teacher can choose the things she want to change the words. And here are, on the left side is all the words, 30 words we have. And if he wants to change the challenge mode's words, then he can select. First, because we only can input 7 words in the challenge mode, so you need to delete the words and then putting to the words to the right side. Then in the when you save here, it will be uploaded to the via the challenge mode automatically. So when the students use the challenge mode, it can the phone screen in the VR classroom will show the 7 words. This is the designated words the teachers design. So this is the vocabulary mission. And teachers can also, in a conversation mode, teachers can also create the conversation. So let's click. Sorry, because our website is still in Chinese, but we will have an English version soon. So first, the teacher also has to choose the scenarios. For example, the teachers choose convenience store, and the teacher has to set the title of the conversation, like this, convenience store. Talk. And choose the situation, like in the counter or outside the counter or the sitting area. You can choose. And speaking, who are you going to speaking with? The clerk, the male clerk or the female clerk or the customer. So you can choose the character, just like the role play. And the teacher can also set the chance to finish, to pass the conversation. Like you can set 4 times. And you can also set the standard score, like we set 70 points for students to pass the test. And if the students speak the wrong sentence, then you will deduct the score. So when you can like this, if you speak the wrong sentence, then it minus 10 points. And here, there is a on and off button. This means how many conversations will be shown on the headset conversation part. In the conversation part in the headset, we can only show 5 groups of conversation. But in the backend system, you can set up to 20 groups of conversation in advance. So you just need to set up Alex. Okay. So if I turn on, then it will show on the headset. But if I turn off, then it will be invisible. You cannot see on the headset like this. So after we set up all the functions here, we save. And if you want to edit the sentence, you just click the edit button here. Then you can go into the sentence here. You can make the teachers can make or set up their own conversation they want, the dialogues. And you can choose who are going to speak, the character or the clerk, the clerk. Okay, so after you set up all the sentence, you just click save. And save successfully, then you can go back to the headset and ask the students to choose one of the conversations to practice. So this is the conversation part for teachers to setting. Let's go back. And I mentioned before that teachers can also check the students' record. So here is the class list. It means the teachers has 4 class. For this teacher, it has 4 class. Then we enter into class A. So the teachers can see the whole records of this class the students in this class. This is a general list, and it also has the list for story mode and vocabulary mode and conversation mode. So in story mode, you can see the students, like students 001 has access to the VR classroom on February 11th. And what does the student access? The story one, how many score it gets. And it can also, it can also download the audio files the students practice in the VR classroom, because we will record all the voice recording to the cloud, and so the teachers can go back to the backend system and download or play online, like this.
Good morning, Mom.
Okay, and you can also see there's a result image. This is analyzed by the oral recognition technology. So you can see which part the students speak is not very well or very well. So sorry, let's go back. And the teachers can also download the students' voice recording here. So this is the this is the lesson record. And then here, if you remember in the beginning of the video, the students have to log in with his or her own serial number. So how can the student to get the serial number? So the teachers has to generate the serial number from the backend system. So he has to choose the class, and you can see the students in this class, and you just check all the students or the students the teacher wants to generate the serial numbers for the students and generate. And you can see there's a serial number here. So the serial number belongs to these students. So each students have their own serial number. So they can, when they log in with this serial number, their records will be recorded into the backend system. Okay, the last part is also the serial number, but this serial number is just created for the teacher itself. So just like this. So it's very simple to use the backend system. It's not very complicated. Okay, so thank you for your listening. This is the end of my presentation. I hope you have more understand our VR classroom, how it works. Thank you. Do you have any questions for this?
Terima kasih Miss Sherry untuk sharingnya. Jadi tadi Bapak Ibu Guru kita bisa lihat kita bisa belajar bahasa Inggris lewat virtual reality headset. Jadi tadi ada di virtual reality ini kita ada 12 skenario di minimarket, bandara, gym, restoran. Jadi ketika murid mau ingin belajar kosakata atau vocabulary di setiap scene yang berbeda, misalnya mereka mau keluar negeri ke tempat tourism atau enggak mau makan di restoran, jadi dia bisa langsung belajar di skenario restorannya, langsung bisa tahu bagaimana untuk komunikasi dengan staff-staffnya dan lain-lain. Jadi di sini kita akan ada sesi Q&A lagi sekitar 5 menit. Jadi jika Bapak Ibu ada pertanyaan silakan tulis di kolom chat. Nanti kita akan bantu menjawab.
Okay, so should we buy the headset? Yes, if you want to use the VR Classroom, because VR Classroom is the application Live ABC made, so you have to buy the headset from, it is not only from HTC has the headset, We also have other VR company that we are discussing if they can provide the headset. So if you cannot find the HTC headset, is okay, because if we are going to have more chances to provide a headset from more company. So for your question, I think it's yes. You definitely use this headset to play the VR classroom. How much it costs? In Taiwan, this headset costs about 30 to 40,000 NT dollars. So I think it's about 1,000 US dollars for the headset only. But if you want to buy the VR classroom, then it's another price. It's in another price.